Good morning, everybody. There's this beautiful piece that I found in a sefer called Ramach Oisius, which ostensibly are a lot of ideas and teachings and stories that were given over by Reb Hillel Paracher. But what I love about this piece in particular is that it distinguishes between needing and wanting. There's a certain way of being in which I'm related to something as needing that thing. There's a desperation, there's a scarcity, there's a kind of dependency in my being. And then there's a way of being towards something in my relationship with something that it's a desire, it's a want, it's a love. Now, in the work that I do with people, this is something that comes up a lot. When I'm coaching someone, if someone wants to create a certain outcome or a certain result, there will be a very, very strong difference. What is the state of being that characterizes the relationship of the person with said outcome or said result? If a person is in desperation, if a person is in a context that I need this badly, if a person is holding the view that they are in need of this thing, that then becomes constricting, and it thwarts creativity, and it thwarts possibility from flowing through the person and allowing that thing to materialize in their world. If, on the other hand, the person is relaxed about it, they surrender that sense of neediness and scarcity and desperation, and they simply cultivate a desire for that thing, that allows for a more spaciousness and a more productive and creative way of allowing the result or the outcome to come to fruition. So I was very, very excited when I found this piece in Ramach Oisius that creates this distinction between needing something, being in a relationship with something of need, versus being in a relationship with the same thing from a place of desire and want. The first one being one of desperation and constriction, the second one being one of ease and spaciousness. So here it is. Tzemach Tzedek Omar b'maimer echad. The Tzemach Tzedek once said in a maimer, Mahu inyan koris. What is this idea of koris, cut offness? We're familiar with the idea of koris, to excision or to be cut off. And so the Tzemach Tzedek says, what is this really? What is this phenomenon of being cut off? What does it look like? When a person says, I need this, I need this. Because when a person says, I want this, I desire this, this is not so bad. Because everyone has in their consciousness, in their spirit, desire. On the other hand, when a person is in a needy state, when a person declares, I need this, this is cut offness. This is the person's own spirit being cut off from its source. So this was what the Tzemach Tzedek once said in a maimer, that what does it mean to be cut off from the source? What does it mean for one's soul or one's spirit, one's psyche, to be disconnected from the source of life, from the source of vitality? It's this state of being in which the person is related to stuff as needy. Ich darf das, I need this, I need this. Ubir Herab Shmuel Groinem, the Mashpia and Lubavitch Groinem explained this a little bit more. This will be explained according to the words of the Rambam, who says about God Almighty, about the source of all existence, about absolute existence, all need Him, and He needs none of them. God, absolute existence, needs nothing outside of Himself. Any created being, anything that emerges, depends on that absolute existence, on primary existence, on God for its own existence. But God himself is in need of nothing outside of himself. And this is the truth of God. As an absolute existence, he needs nothing outside of himself. On the contrary, anything that emerges is in need of him to sustain it and to will it into being. So Grenim concluded, all neshamas are meant to experience that they are divine, that they're an aspect of the divine. And so as such, since one is an aspect of the divine, therefore he too embodies this quality of, in fact, not needing anything outside of himself. While there is such a thing as desire that is embedded in our spirit, as a matter of fact, we know that the entire existence emerges out of a divine, cosmic desire for Dir B'Tachtonim. So desire is embedded at the center of existence, and it's in our nefesh as well. But this sense of neediness actually is completely outside of our divine nature. And a neshama is meant to experience itself and be aware of itself as an aspect of the divine. And as such, it doesn't sense neediness or desperation for anything outside of itself. So when a person is in a state of neediness, in a state of urgency and desperation, and kind of efforting and hustling to get a certain outcome, to create a certain result, that's because he is cut off from the truth of who he is. His consciousness, his awareness is divorced from his truly divine nature. And so that's why ich darf das, neediness, desperation, urgency, dependency on something outside of ourselves, anything, is kares, is to be in a state of being cut off from our own divinity. So this is just a great way to create more spaciousness, to create more creativity, and to allow your own divine nature to actually prevail within you and manifest through you and help bring about things that you would love. Is simply through becoming aware of when you're in a desperate state of neediness for something, for a particular outcome, becoming aware of that and elevating it, letting go of the sense of neediness and elevating it to a simple desire. And all of a sudden you now become again connected with your own divinity, with your own divine nature, and through that, the thing that you want can actually come to fruition so much more peacefully. I love you all.